This is homework help for number 63 and 64. We want to find a vector v in component form. So number 3 says vector v lies in the yz plane and has a magnitude of 4. It makes an angle 45 degrees with the positive y-axis. So what we're going to do first is to draw this out. So this here is going to be my z-axis. This is my y-axis. And then I'm going to draw my x-axis here. Okay, so it's in 3D. This is x. Now we are in the YZ plane here. And so I'm going to go ahead and erase this dotted line. So just imagine that is where our x is. And so YZ has a magnitude of 4 and an angle 45 degrees with the positive y-axis. So here's the y-axis here. And so let's draw this vector, and it has a magnitude of 4, and this is 45 degrees. Now if I drop an altitude here, this will make 90 degrees, and so if this is 45 degrees here, this is also going to be 45 degrees. So we have an isosceles right triangle, and so if you remember the properties, really all we need to find is this point here. So remember, along the x-axis, it didn't travel along the x at all to get to this point. So our x is 0 in this case. Now, in order to find the y value, we want to see how far did we travel this way and how far did we travel up the z-axis. So we just need to find the lengths of these sides. Because it's a special right triangle, 4, we know in order to get to the legs, we can just divide by square root of 2. So then let's rationalize the denominator. We get 4 square root of 2 over 2, or 2 square root of 2. So we know that this is 2 root 2, and then on this side as well, it's 2 square root of 2. So the x-axis, the y-axis here, so we have 0 for x. For y, we travel 2 root 2, and then we go up z, 2 root 2, and that's our magnitude of 4. Now, there is another vector that we could have. So because we can make another one with still the positive y-axis, I can flip this to go down instead. That is still on that positive y-axis. So the magnitude is still the same here. This is still 4, and then our lengths are still the same. So therefore, x is still 0. This is the y value here is still 2 root 2, but the z is now negative 2 root 2. So that is the other possibility that you could have. Now, let's take a look at number 64. Vector v lies in the now xz plane. So I'm going to draw that out. So my x is here, so I'm going to draw x is here, and it's on the z plane, and so z I'm still going to make going up. So this is z, this is x, and then our y is going to be here. Okay, so this is 3 dimensions. So we know that the vector lies in the xz plane, so on our green and purple here. It has a magnitude of 10 and makes an angle 60 degrees with the positive z-axis. So there's a lot of things that's happening here. So positive z, so magnitude of 10, positive z is here. And so one vector that I can draw is this one here. We know that that is 10. Now it's telling us this angle here is 60 degrees. Now what I really want to find though is what is the angle going down here, right? So this is 90, and so therefore this is going to be 30 degrees here. And therefore this top angle is also 60 degrees, right? 30, 60, 90 degrees, so special right triangles. So we know that this is 10 here, and then 30 degrees, this side here, that length, so if you remember your special right triangles, what is this going to be? It's 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And then this leg here is going to be 5 square root of 3. So now we can identify one of the vectors, so vector v. So x is going to be this value here of 5 square root of 3. The y value, it didn't go anywhere on the y value, right? It didn't move this way. It's just on the x plane and the z plane. So therefore y is 0. And z is going to be 5. Now, it says it makes 60 degrees with the positive z-axis, so where else could we draw a vector? Well, we could draw it on this side as well here. So that's still 10. This is still 60 degrees here. So now what does that change? And so what's going to change is our x value. Our x value is now, so this is the positive x here, right? Positive x, and this is the negative x. So therefore, this is negative 5 square root of 3. The y value is still 0, and then that z value up here is a positive